You're thinking about moving to Franklin, Tennessee, and you want to know what all the buzz is about. Well, let me tell you, the buzz is real. Franklin has spent the last decade climbing national rankings for best places to live, best places to raise a family, and best small cities in America. And people are catching on fast. Whether you're drawn in by the historic downtown, the rolling hills, the top-rated schools, or just the overall quality of life, Franklin has a way of checking every single box. So, in today's vlog tour, we're going to drive through several of Franklin's most sought-after neighborhoods, take a quick look at some homes in different price points so you know exactly what your budget gets you, explore some of what makes Franklin one of the most special communities in all of Tennessee, and we're going to get into that right now. Hi, I'm Tim Houk with Keller Williams Realty, and helping people find their perfect home in the greater Franklin and Brentwood area is what my team does every single day. Whether you're relocating from across the country or just moving over from Nashville, we get calls and messages constantly from people just like you trying to figure out where to plant roots in Middle Tennessee. And we love helping with every single one of them. It doesn't matter if your move is 2 months out or 2 years out, reach out, let's start the conversation. If you're new to the channel and you want an inside track on everything about living, working, and playing in Franklin, Tennessee, hit subscribe and tap that bell so you never miss a market update, neighborhood tour, or community spotlight. Before we dive into the neighborhoods, let me give you the lay of the land. Franklin sits about 20 miles south of Nashville in Williamson County, which consistently ranks as one of the wealthiest and most educated counties in the entire country. The city itself has a population of just over 85,000, but it carries the charm and feel of something much smaller, especially around its beloved downtown. Franklin is one of those rare places where you get genuine small town character, like cobblestone streets, live music, locally owned restaurants, without sacrificing any of the amenities of a major metropolitan area. Major employers have taken notice too, with companies like Nissan, Tractor Supply, and a growing list of healthcare and tech firms anchoring the local economy. Franklin is not divided into master plan villages the way that some Western communities are, but it does have a collection of distinct neighborhoods and developments that each carry their own personality and price range, from historic homes near Main Street to sprawling estate communities in the hills south of town. We're going to tour several of those today. Let's get started. Our first stop is West Haven, and if you've been researching Franklin at all, you've probably already heard this name. West Haven is Franklin's flagship planned community, a 2,600-acre development on the southwest side of town that was designed from the ground up around walkability, community connection, and architectural character. It's got its own town center with shops, restaurants, and a hotel, its own golf course, miles of trails, pools, parks, all woven together by tree-lined streets and sidewalks. Homes in West Haven were built primarily from the mid-2000s through today, with new construction phases still underway. Prices here range from the upper 600s on the lower end, all the way to around past $2 million for the larger estate-style homes. The median price lands right around $900,000, with a median price per square foot hovering near $440. This townhome right here behind me is listed at $765,000. It's just under 1,800 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, built in 2015. That puts it right about $440 a square foot, which is right in line with where West Haven typically sits. Beautiful craftsman-style architecture, covered front porch, classic West Haven streetscape. If walkability, community events, and that neighborhood feel are high on your list, West Haven is going to be hard to beat. Let's go take a look at one more here in West Haven before we move on. This next home is on the upper end of what West Haven has to offer. Listed at $1,299, just over 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, built in 2006. That puts it at around $428 a square foot. This one backs up and has an expansion space above the garage, which is one of the most coveted items in the whole community. Homes with flex space and premium lots like this one tend to move quickly. That gives you a solid picture of the range here in West Haven. Let's head south now and check out one of Franklin's older, more established communities. Next up is Fieldstone Farms on the south side of Franklin. This is a mature, established neighborhood that was developed primarily through the 1990s and carries that warm, lived-in feel that newer developments just can't replicate. You've got mature tree canopy, winding streets, a neighborhood pool, tennis complex, and homes that have a lot of square footage for the price compared to some of the newer builds. Prices in Fieldstone Farms range from around $575,000 on the lower end up to just past $900,000, with the median price right around $675,000. Median square footage here is around $2,800, put in the median price per square foot around $240, which makes this neighborhood one of the better value plays in Franklin proper. The home behind me right now is listed at $725,000. It's 2,400 square foot, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, built in 1997. That's $307 a square foot. Single-story homes are harder to find in Franklin, just like they are in most markets. But Fieldstone Farms does have a solid mix of 1- and 2-story options. Let's go peek at one more here before we head over to the east side. This second home in Fieldstone is listed at $965,000. Just over 4,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, built in 1999. That comes out to around $216 a square foot, which is a great deal. Beautifully updated interior, and this one sits on over a 1/3-acre lot, which is another thing that Fieldstone offers that's harder to find in the newer developments. We're going to leave Fieldstone and take you out to see some of what makes Franklin so naturally special before we continue the tour. Since we're on the south and west side of Franklin, it's the perfect moment to take you out to one of the area's most treasured national assets, the Natchez Trace Parkway. The Trace, as locals call it, is a 444-mile National Scenic Byway that cuts right through Williamson County, and the stretch near Franklin is absolutely stunning. It's a no commercial traffic road managed by the National Park Service, which means no billboards, no fast food, no gas stations, just rolling Tennessee hills, canopied hardwood forest, and some of the most peaceful driving you'll find anywhere in the Southeast. It's a favorite among cyclists, runners, and anyone who just needs to decompress after a long week. Just adjacent to the Trace, the Harpeth River winds through the western edge of Franklin and into the Harpeth River State Park, where locals kayak, canoe, fish, and hike year-round. The park covers over 4,000 acres and connects to a network of trails that feels a world away from the development just a few miles east. This is a huge part of why people who move to Franklin tend to never leave. You've got all the convenience of a growing city and genuine natural beauty right out your back door. All right, let's get back to the neighborhoods and let's head east. Now we're headed over to Macklemore, one of the newer luxury communities in Franklin, situated on the eastern side near Natchez Parkway. Macklemore was developed in the 2005 era and carries a more modern upscale feel with larger lots, higher-end finishes, and homes that were built with a lot of attention to detail. Now, this is one of the neighborhoods where Franklin's price appreciation has been the most dramatic over the last several years. Homes here range from around $900,000 up to $1.8 million, with the median sitting close to $1.2 million. Median square footage is around 3,500, putting the median price point per square foot at approximately $340. Now, this home right behind me sold at $1.2 million. It was 3,200 square foot, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, built in 2005. That's about $303 a square foot. It's a stunning home, brick and board and battened exterior, 3-car garage, and a backyard that's been designed for entertaining. This is the kind of home that represents what Franklin's growth decade brought. Newer construction with refined finishes and a price point that would be considerably higher in comparable markets like Austin or Charlotte. These neighborhoods give you one of the best value opportunities in the city for families who want good schools, a strong community feel, and reasonable commutes to both Franklin's core and Nashville. Homes here range from around $500,000 to $800,000, with the median around $620,000. That puts the median price per square foot around $255. Most of the homes were built in the late 1990s and mid-2000s. The home listed behind me is $780,000, 3,100 square foot, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, built in 1998. That is $252 a square foot. Great layout, big backyard, zoned for some of the top-rated schools in Williamson County, and this is worth emphasizing, they're among the best public schools in the entire state of Tennessee. For families, that's just not a footnote. That's the deciding factor. One more here in the area, and then we'll wrap it up. This last one is listed at $899,000. It's 3,550 square foot, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, built in 2005. That's just over $254 a square foot. This neighborhood has a pool, a clubhouse, greenway access, and is the kind of place where kids ride bikes and neighbors actually know each other. It's a great representation of what this section of Franklin is all about. So, I hope this tour gave you a real feel for what Franklin, Tennessee has to offer. And honestly, we've only just scratched the surface. Compared to a lot of other places people are relocating from, Franklin might feel like a premium, and it is. But what you're getting for that premium is generally hard to match. Williamson County schools, low crime, a thriving historic downtown, incredible nature access, a strong local economy, and neighborhoods that hold their value year after year. The market here has been remarkably resilient, and while things fluctuate, Franklin has consistently demonstrated long-term appreciation that reflects just how desirable the community really is. Whether your budget has you in Fieldstone Farms or West Haven, or looking at something in the hills toward Leaper's Fork, there's a version of Franklin that works for you. That's a wrap for today. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and reach out whenever you're ready to talk. We'd love to help you find your Franklin. We'll see you around town.